All right, guys, we are back. Phone, or I don't know if it's the phone or the YouTube channel, but it was giving me grief, and yeah, so we are back. Um, yeah, so here we go. I am back on this. Let's see. Ah, come on. This end over here is just being a thorn in my side. Come on. There it goes. There it goes. I think I got it. Okay. So, I'm dealing with that over here, and then look at this, guys. This is what I'm talking about. The right side was tight, and now what it's starting to do is just the top layer is starting to fall over on the end right there, and I got it tight over here. Look, I don't even want to touch it because I know if I do, it'll be like messing with the PVC pipes. So what I'm gonna do? Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna change this a little bit.
So we are back. See some hearts, a little party things, see some stuff, man. Cheers. Get some hearts, get some party stuff going. Let's get it back going again.
There it goes. Trying to reposition this so it catches what I'm trying to show y'all. There we
Thank
go.
you. Yes, love it.
Here we go.
Appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing.
Hopefully y'all can see
Guess
it.
who's back? Back again. Albert's spooling, and it's a struggle.
Let me get back to the channel.
Timmy actually knew, not in many years. So honestly, I don't drink as much as you guys think I do. I go online, I drink. Friday's my drinking day. I don't drink during the week unless I go live with Albert. If I'm live, I'm a social drinker, but I'm not like a drinker that drinks every day or nothing like that. No, I could drink till 3, 4 in the morning. I've drunk till sun up and been fine. I've had people throwing up all over this place. Um, got a great tolerance, so thank you for the question, but been pretty good. You know who's actually really good? Albert. No, I've hung out with Albert and drank with Albert. Oh my god, this dude. One of the toughest ones ever. Like on my list of ever. I'm not talking about just fishing people. I'm talking about of ever. Um, Albert will be a challenge to sit there and be like, "Let's go, drink for drink, tit for tat. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, and let's see who shuts down first." Albert is probably one of the only people. There's probably maybe two or three, maybe right, but no, for sure Albert would. Oh my god! If you haven't drank with Albert, I know we're all older now. I'm older. Albert's older. From the time I'm talking about, but bro, I can tell you, Albert and I have thrown down some whiskey. We were throwing down some drinks. I've seen this dude kill a bottle like it was a bottle of water. So,
The
but
Crown Royal.
oh.
Well, back in the
That's
day,
fun times.
there
It's
you
fun
go.
times. You know, one thing I could always say, and a good reason why I like to align myself with you, bro, because you do like to drink, you do like to turn up and have fun and party and everything, right? But you're respectful to families and you're respectful to yourself. You never get drunk and throw up all over the place, and you never had to be an excuse for something. You drink, you maintain, and you hold your respect for yourself. And a lot of people don't hold that to them. I can definitely tell you, man. If anybody could test Albert, I've definitely tested Albert. Duke can hang, man. I'll give
Hey,
him. I'll give him his roses. The Duke can hang. He can hang.
I'll be honest though. There've been a few times I've been like that, and but again too, that was it happened. You know, it happened to the best of us. Just like backlash, and it's gonna happen.
And there's nothing wrong, when you meet up with your buddies, your college friends, your business partners, your family, and you get drunk and have a great time. You don't remember what you said or what you did. Those things are fine. That happens. That's normal. That's okay. But the problem is when you do that every day, or where you do it to the point where it hurts your business, hurts your family, hurts your income. That's when you really have to hit that pause and evaluate what you're doing. One thing
Exactly.
with me, you can see it's on YouTube. I take pauses and I'm back. Albert has been consistent doing what he's doing, but we're showing how to grow, how to learn, how to do better, and we're not letting alcohol or drugs rule our lives. And I'm not saying we both do alcohol or drugs. I do alcohol though, but
Yeah.
we're not letting it dictate our success. We're not letting it destroy our lives, hurt our futures, stuff like that. We drink, we have fun, camaraderie, and we go forward from there. But when you're hanging out with people that like to drink till they throw up and lose their mind and while out, and they're not responsible for their well-being, you're hanging out with the wrong crowd. Albert and I, we can hang out and drink all night. We don't get sloppy. We're not on the floor. We're not vomiting. But we'll have a good time. We'll chat.
Yes, sir. Cool. Ah, see, I knew it. I
I
freaking
saw it.
knew
I saw it. I just saw it. I just saw it.
So again, it went from hollow core to solid, and I missed it. I missed it. But again, too, because I wasn't down when I down spool, I just down spool. I'm not sitting there looking for splices or anything like that. So that's why I got caught in that trap. Yeah.
Bro, I'll be honest, man. I would hit this customer up, and I'm just saying me, right? I would hit, if it was me, I'll hit this customer up and be like, I'm done with this.
So
You need to, and you don't have to buy it from me. You need to provide me a complete spool, because if I spool this, then my name's on it. Because if you go get broken off, then you're gonna blame me and this, that, and this. And this is terrible. What's going on right now with this line? Like you're studying that line with your fingers, like a history lesson, and it's a bad history lesson.
actually, you know
And
what?
if he breaks off on that, he's gonna blame you. And it's not you. It's a terrible line.
Well, yeah, no, that is. I'll give this customer a lot of credit. He's like many that I deal with that knows like I'm gonna put everything I have into it and I'm gonna bring it to light. But again, too, like this is this was a problem that is unforeseen. But again, too, if I had seen that it went from solid to hollow, then I would have never would have kept going with it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take off, I'm going to
You-
cut that knot right there, and I'm going to down spool it right here because that line is perfect. Like I can touch it, look, and it doesn't move.
like
That
solid
is,
wood.
you know what I mean? It and
Yeah.
a solid. If I you saw how I was barely touching this, and it was already concaving over. So yeah,
I like to think when I do it, I like to think that if I'm tapping wood, so wood still has strands in it and this and that, but you could tap it, you could feel it. It's solid. And when you do a really tight spooling, it should feel like a block of wood.
yes.
It should be tight. Bro, I will tell you, I don't know who this customer is, and no disrespect to that customer, but I would have called that customer a long time ago and said, I'm not going to do this because you already put in over an hour into trying to spool this. And, you know, the bigger picture is the time on this, you could have been doing that time on something else that was correct and good.
That is so
Yeah,
true in so many
it's a lot of
ways.
backlog for you, and it's slowing you down. Like it's hurting your ability to do right for the people that's doing right. You know what I mean? Like I don't know who this customer is. I have no idea. Albert has not disclosed nothing to me. I don't know, but I'm just saying this is a bad scenario for someone to be in because I could already seen. I was on live with Albert for over 35 minutes, and he was already on live prior. He already done spent over an hour easily, and we're going still. Uh, another 10. Just me and Albert, close to an hour on one reel when he could have been doing other reels for other customers that bought line that is doing a full spool from one spool of line. Like that's the costs that people don't see, and that's the headaches I hate to deal with. I really hate to deal with that. You know, I'm a type of dude. I got a line. I got the same line spooler you got, and I spool line. You know, I've been spooling a line for 15 plus years, but I'm not going to deal with something like this. Albert is an amazing soul to even try. I would sit there and be like, nope, nope, this is terrible. You have to do better. I'm not going to waste my time. I just can't. And my bad, bro. I, it's not on you. You're actually doing the your your customer service is amazing. I don't know anybody would sit there and do that type of customer service. I don't. I really don't. So what you're doing is absolutely amazing. I'm not taking away anything from what Albert's doing. Like he's doing great. I'm just saying if it was me, I wouldn't be Albert. I would not be Albert. I would hit you up at the very beginning and said, I'm not doing this. I'm not. You don't have to buy line for me, but you need to bring new line because when you break off, you're going to blame me. If I spool your reel, I want absolute confidence that when I spool your reel, when you go out there fishing, that you're not going to break off because of any negligence on my end. But when you bring me line and this and that and down spooling and this and that, I can do it. But then by the end of the day, you don't blame the person before Albert or the person before me.
Okay, that was
You
good.
blame me because I was the last person to touch a reel, and then when they get broken off, you blame us. When we were trying to make it work on a budget, blame the right people. Blame the person before us that spooled it up incorrectly, that spooled it up with line that wasn't so great, wasn't so good. You know, blame that person, and that's the hardest thing because what Albert's doing right now isn't just a reel spooling. That's his business card. Whoever that reel is, they go out there and catch good fish. Albert spooled it. Okay, that's accolades for Albert. But then when it gets broken off, but it gets broken off because he's trying to work with people that are bringing in line that was spooled by another company or maybe self spooled. He's trying to work with them, trying to make that line happen, and it gets broken off. Well, you need to blame the start of the problem. Just my little tidbit.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. And that's why you're exactly right. I do the due diligence because at the end of the day, I'm going to treat every reel as if I'm fishing with it. And if I'm not willing to accept it, I'm not going to give it to a customer like that either. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's their reel. It's their judgment call. But at least I know I covered my bases. And then at the end of the day, if it were to come back that were to happen, everybody can look back on the channel. Oh, I remember that reel. You know what I mean? So this is kind of like covering my six. Obviously, I'm going above and beyond, but this is the kind of service, and this is what you pay for when you come to us. This is what we're looking to put out for you. So
I would always say, bro, good or bad, whatever you're doing, do it to the best of your ability. And maybe that's their best of their ability. That's fine. But just make sure if there's a failure, blame the right person. If
yep,
you're into fishing, be go into it 100%. Like my brother, my young brother, he's into violin. And so my biggest thing is like, yeah, maybe you're not going to be able to be the biggest person out there playing Johann Sebastian Bach, but if you're doing something, do it to 100%. Like put 100% into it. Like don't half-ass nothing. And that goes a long way in fishing. When you watch a lot of the people that are catching and doing great in fishing, they're not half-assing things. They're doing their best. And their best doesn't have to be the top of the line rods, but they're doing their best on good rods, doing their best on good reels, doing their best on good line, doing their best researching how to rig baits, doing their best with the right leaders from the right companies, learning how to get baits rigged up correctly and drop, learning how to fish tournaments, learning how to stagger baits, learning how to read the current and know how angled you need to be dropping your weights. It's a commitment. If you're shark fishing, it's a commitment. If you want to do great and do good, don't sell yourself short on bad line or bad reels or bad rods. I can tell you, I started from academy. Everything from me was from academy, and then
Sure.
I grew. And as Albert got something, but as I
Yep.
grew,
That's my knot that I put in when I. This is how far I took it down to fix. The concave line that fell off, man. That. So I'm gonna do a blood knot here, and that way, because that's kind of the smallest knot that I've seen when I go braid to braid. But but again, too, that's what you got to kind of deal with when you're doing solid braid. Here you go.
exactly what I'm saying. Like this person has a nice reel. I can see they're interested in shark fishing. They're working with you, and I'm hats off to you, that person. But you got good reels. I don't know. Maybe you got good rods, right? Line is the same way. Your tackle and your bait and your weight. It's a whole uh, giant,
Pain.
colossal mix that has to come together right to win tournaments and catch big sharks.
There we go. So, all right, here we go. Okay, so moving forward some more, and we're gonna. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, it's. I'm just glad I got it sorted, man. This is definitely not the game plan I had going, but we
How
got
many
it.
hours, in your opinion, do you think you worked on this one? Just, I don't know. I just want to know how many hours you're done worked on this.
For today,
Yeah,
pretty much the whole time we've been live, except for the 5 or 10
before
minutes
me
that
though.
I worked on the other reel. So
Oh, okay. You started on this one when we started chatting.
no, I started on this one before you got on.
That's what I'm
Because I
saying.
was,
So
yeah.
yeah, so you've been on for over maybe 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Very
You're a
true.
nice guy, Cap. You're a nice guy, Cap. I wouldn't. You're a nice guy.
So the Grand Farmer in the house. I just see that. How you been, brother? Yep. No. Yep. He's saying it's hurting. Is saying about 2.5 hours already. He's fooling. Yep. But now I can actually go through and see. Now I'm looking intently for any kind of mess ups on this braid, so that way, if I find any frays, I can get it all sorted.
You're an artist in your trade, bro. You're an artist in your trade for real. No, that's the next thing.
Uh,
The
Sorry to hear it, though.
anaconda knot.
But
Where did
definitely
that
keep
come
you in
from?
our
Did you
prayers.
create that? Oh wait, what? Oh sorry, my bad. There's
Yeah,
something I
now
missed.
letting El Gran Farmer know. We'll definitely keep him in his prayers as well. So,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
So Albert, real quick, the Anaconda knot, man, where'd that come from?
that came from growing up on Bob Hall Pier in shark fishing, and everybody kept saying you couldn't do braid straight to the spool. And so I even have to admit that back in the day, we thought the same thing. Like you couldn't do it; you had to do tape, or we
Yep,
would do 100-pound mono. We would start the
guilty.
knot, then we would tie the braid to the mono, and then start spooling. And I started to see further down the road, months down the road, we would still get that snake-like pattern. So I knew something wasn't working. I couldn't really pinpoint it at the time because I didn't have a spooling machine to be down spooling and respooling and stuff like that. So I just went straight off of every time we actually fished with the reel and how long it took for that to happen. So when one of my teammates at the time, Chris, he got himself an 83 speed Abbott. It was the first 3 speed in the team I had at the time, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna figure a way to tie the braid straight to the
For
spool.
real.
And I was kind of telling him over the phone. He's like, hey man, would you mind tying that knot? And then I'll go spool it. I'm like, yeah, bring it by. So I sat there for about an hour. I was in the T-shirt gallery right there on Weber, and I was with David. He's one of the owners of the company, and he was creating my logos for the T-shirts at the time. And so I sat there and I started thinking to myself, what can I do to make braid grip the spool? And so when I thought of that, I was thinking about I went like this. Oh, I got to make it lock. And I said, well, how do you do that? So I sat there and I spooled it on a few times and I pulled it, both ends while it was wrapped up a bunch of time. And I saw it go like that. And I was like, oh, hold on, let me see something. So I did a uni knot because we were still using solid braid at the time. So I slid it down there and I got it
That's
nice
how
and
I did
tight.
it. Yeah.
And then I started cranking it, it started slipping. I was like, oh, that ain't going to work. And then I looked at it, I was like, hold on, it's not getting tight. So I cut it and I paid attention to which way the line came off and I went the opposite way. And that's when I discovered there's a right and a wrong direction of actually starting that knot. And it was at that time, shoot, about 15 years ago, if not longer, that I actually started doing the Anaconda knot. And
So
obviously
I've
through the
heard the
years,
phrase a few times. So
oh yeah, it
did
is
you come up with that phrase,
with the
or
Anaconda
had
knot.
that? Yeah, or was that already there and you improved it?
Okay, so
Questions,
no,
you know.
the name of the Anaconda knot was actually created what last year or something like that. I forget who it was. A subscriber was telling me, "Hey man, you ought to name that knot." And I kept calling it the hard life knot, but I was like, you know what? He's right. I got to make it a catchy knot. So I was thinking, what verbiage could I use to make it a knot that hopefully, when I tie it and put it out there, that'll get me those millions of views. So I came up with the Anaconda knot, and I stuck with it, but I still haven't hit the million views yet. So it's a work in progress.
Well,
Roger, you have a good
that was
night,
what I
brother.
wanted to do. Uh, um, whenever you're free, give me a call. I got some ideas for you.
Roger that. Yeah. Roger, you have a good night at work, brother. Be safe, man. Yeah. But I'm just glad I am so glad I got this sorted, man. That was eating me up, but now I know it
You
wasn't,
flowing?
my lack
It's
of being
happening.
tired. It was a lot in part due to the line that was on here. So,
I could definitely tell you, man. I done said it already. You're a bigger man than me. I would have called that customer up and be like, "I'm done with this. Uh, I will have your reel here and all the line you brought here. Bring me new line, a fresh spool. I'll spool it. I'm not dealing with this. I'm sorry, man. Hats off to you, bro. Hats off to you. I'll give you those roses because your patience level and your customer service level is unmatched. It's unmatched. I don't know anybody that would do what Albert's doing. I'm not even trying to say no nonsense. I'm just saying.
nice thing. Oh, we hear you, brother. We definitely hear you. So I'm gonna make it a little tighter so I can Pie that's not.
Yeah,
Right
whiskey.
here.
What? Whiskey. All right, whiskey. I think I owed whiskey like 50 something. Bro, I got you. Like, I'll give it to you, and if you want it tonight, like, if you want, I'll give Albert 50 for you. You let me know. You want me to give you 50 on the side, or you me throwing 50 for you tonight, like, so we can get that over with. I'm not trying to like not pay something. I'm gonna pay it. It's just if you guys don't hit me up like when I was doing my lives, which we're gonna start doing in about 2 weeks, we'll be back to our lives in the studio. I shut down my studio for a lot of reasons to come back, right? But so I had some stuff going. So I think I do owe something. So if you want it tonight, let me know. Put in the chat. We'll make that happen. If not, I'll give you that separately. Just I gotta have the email. I need to know. I don't have money coming from the ceiling. I have to allocate the funds accordingly. So if I do a drawing or I do something, you guys, I'm giving money out. You guys have to hit me up and do your legwork so I can give you that money. I will give it to you, but I need you guys to hit me up. I'm not going to do the legwork. That's just me.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I totally understand that right there. You're doing the hookup. All they got to do is follow through. And it's called the follow through.
Yeah, so let me know. Whiskey Warrior, if you send the email, no problem. The Wizard Garage, my,
All right, here we go.
just so you know, Whiskey, think about it. Email me again. I'll give you that 50, Cash App, Zelle, whatever. No problem. Or if you want to, settle it real quick, I'll give you 50 on Albert's drawing tonight. It's up to you.
All
It's
right,
totally up
so
to you.
all right, I'm gonna go ahead and actually backtrack, and I'm gonna take this some more braid off of here because he's got one knot here, one knot here, and another knot a short ways away. To have that many knots that back, that is just a problem waiting to happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out, all out, and just have one knot in there because that's not even 10 yards apart on each of those. So that that's definitely gonna be a pain in the butt right there. So okay, there's that. Yeah, yeah, that's too many knots. See, where's this knot? Oh, still one more to go. Where's that? Right there. Okay, so I can cut this. This I need to take off of here. Then I need the braid off of there. Got that. All right. Oh,
All right, so Whiskey Warrior said, let's do it on this drawing. So just real quick, is it $50 whiskey? Is it $50?
okay. Oh, okay. Got that. Hmm.
I think it's 50. So if it is 50, Albert soon once he confirms, we'll throw that in. But let me wait for confirmation. Make sure we're all good.
Roger
One
that.
thing with Sharkotic, I'm gonna tell you something, man. We pay our debts, man. We don't. See, bro. I'm telling you, 50. 50.
50 for whiskey.
You know what? I'll throw in another 10 for interest. So give him 60 for whiskey for the time.
Roger
Let's
that.
account for inflation. Sharkata got your back, man. I'm not here to take away from nobody, man. No, no, no. You guys got to understand. If I owe you something, you have to reach out to me. I love y'all, but I don't keep up with money I owe. You guys let me know what I owe you, and I'll take care of it. So we'll take care of that and more. Out of respect, bro. That's the way it should be. No problem. We good.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Let's see.
One thing for sure, you guys, Sharkotic ain't gonna take nothing from nobody. So yeah, we'll take care of it, and I'm glad he did this. I could have gave it to him after this, but this is cool, and I'll add some more on top of it to support Albert because it looks like he needs all the support he needs for tonight, man. God damn, bro.
Yep, that was.
Ah.
I see the light at the end of the tunnel, guys. I see the light. See
Are
the
you
light.
in full confidence that that's going to be good for them to fish with, though?
Yeah, I do. I've done this. I've done this not plenty of times, and I've actually had this. Um, I've actually had to do this for another guy when his rod was failing on him. The grip or the reel seat was sliding down the rod, so we actually had to pull off a bunch of line, pull on another rod, and then tie it back into there. And we landed an 11-foot tiger with it. So I know it will hold. Like that's one of the things I definitely pride myself in is knowing which knots are going to hold for the amount of pressure that we're putting. And you know me, I'm not afraid to put the drag.
Yeah, we know that.
The guy was talking to me earlier. I was telling him about the sharks, and he's like, "Dude, it take you like 3 or 4 hours." I was like, "No, it's like 15 minutes on now." And he's like, he looked at me like, "There's no way." I said, "Bro, I got video proof, bro. Like, I got 90% of all the crazy big sharks. I've got video proof of it. So be my guest and check it out." So here we go. Oh, I don't need to do that. But now we're back into the hollow. So yes, we're back in the hollow. Yeah, and look, we've been sitting there, and look, I can. It's not going to go anywhere. You cannot do that with solid braid. Like it just, even that little bit that was right there of the solid was wanting to fall off. Like it was just wanting to walk itself off. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. So with you saying, remember that huge storm that hit you guys? I was with you like that all night, keeping you company, just rapping with you. Those
Yeah.
people that I've checked, home checks and stuff like that. It was a crazy night, bro.
No, no, for sure. Yeah, I
The
ain't worried
mayor.
about none. Like I said, Sharkotic will pay its dues. And don't get me wrong, we had our Christmas giveaways. That's still gonna happen, but we're gonna have a little bit late Christmas now. But it's gonna be better. I'm gonna improve it. It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a great time. It's just the way I'm trying to do it with rappers and people in the studio. It's not that easy. It costs a lot of extra other money that I have
It's
to
a
go out of pocket.
$10 buy-in there, John. And also, too, guys, just to give you all a heads up, yes, it's for an 80 wide 3-speed. But again, too, if somebody doesn't like those big reels, then we can use it. You'll get the same amount of credit for smaller reels. So you can do like 3SXs or whatever it amounts to. You'll have a $1,250 credit right there that way. So just a heads up. Thank you, Matthew. Yep, I have multiple guys just that drive to bring me their gear so I can get it fixed up for them because you're right, man. Raj, everything that you use while you're out there fishing plays a part on whether you catch or you don't catch, especially when you're hooked up. You know what I mean? So,
And that's the thing, bro. Like, I was the one that I feel like I could talk about this a lot because you can too, of course, right? But I was a person that my family never fished in their life. And I was going to be a doctor and a biology student trying to figure out what to do with my biology degree. And I didn't think, based on a lot of things, long story short, medicine and being a doctor wasn't for me. So a lot of the people that were doctors that were in that realm was like, you should be a business person because you don't have to be a doctor to own a hospital. You don't have to be a doctor to own a 24-hour clinic down the street. You don't have to be a doctor to own that. the biggest advice that came to me was like, go hustle, make money, and own it. Don't wait for a check. Don't be a doctor waiting for a check. Be the one signing the doctor's checks. And that was the thing I had to learn from a young age because I was trying to be a doctor. And these people that were in charge of bringing in students to be part of the doctorate's programs and this, that, and that, and this, hanging out with them, I don't want to name drop them, but spend a lot of time with them. They're like, you know what? You're very business.
All right, real quick, hold on. El Gran Farmer, the Cash App isn't working because we were doing the lotto, so they locked up the account because they considered it gambling. So it would have to be through Zelle, and you already have my number, so that's the way we can do it. And Matthew, if you want to get in another 100, you can see the little dollar sign down on the screen right there. You can actually pay through the live here. That's the way a lot of people have been doing it, and we can get you set up that way. So that was something different. Hold on.
Uh
Oh, it's twisting the line. Yeah, that was twisting the line. Okay. All right.
Basically, long story short, Hakuna Matata, I decided to do the business thing and focus on our coastal community and grow us for the next generation.
He finally texted me back. Oh yeah, come on. He finally texted me back. He goes, "No, I don't have silent." I'm like, "Yes, you do." I'm sorry.
We're watching it live, bro.
We have seen it live.
It's
Yeah.
not that you don't know wherever you went before. We're seeing it right now, and I can vouch for it. I've been spooling lines for 15 plus years, and I can see this headache that Albert's doing, and man, I would have. I'm almost to the point, bro. I'm actually so annoyed with this, bro. I'm almost to that point where I'll be like, bro, just strip it off and you got the line, throw it on and put it on my bill. But the thing is, I don't know who it is. You know what I mean? I don't know
Yeah.
who it is. They probably don't know who I am. They're probably not going to help me with anything. But bro, I could afford it. I could afford it. I could afford to tell you to strip the shit out and just give them. If you have it in stock, I can tell you right now, I would just be like, fuck it, bro. Like strip that shit out, do it Sharkotic. But I don't know. He got to be representing Sharkotic, man. I got to get videos. I got to get pictures. I can't just do it like that, But I can.
Uber. So I got Uber here. I hear you, brother. I'm just making sure I take
Now
care
you
of
good. Take
everybody
care of
that.
it.
Let's see. Yeah, so Uber got 40. I'm just making sure I didn't already write his name down here. No, I have got Uber for 20. I think that was for yesterday. Oh no, that's the 40 right there because Uber bought for him and for Dusty. That was for earlier tonight. Yeah, I already got that. Okay, cool. So
Oh
I got
shit,
pictures. Yeah. Yeah,
Matthew
all of
just
this
pulled over the another 100.
all of this is from tonight.
Matthew Malcolm. Oh, good form, sir. That's amazing. That's crazy.
Oh,
What a
okay. There you go.
man. Trying to jump in and get the path though. Hey, but that's the thing though. It's all live. So the more you put in, the more you improve your chances.
Uh-huh. All right, there we go. So there's Matthew right there with another 100. Awesome. Yes, sir. All right. Okay.
Where we at,
Now,
Cap? Real quick. I know you busy, but what's our total right now? It's been a while since I set
oh,
the
that,
total.
I'll figure that up as soon as I get done spooling this because this is the point. This is the light at the end of the tunnel right now because I have put back all the braid that was on his reel is back on there. Obviously, minus the braid that got messed up or shouldn't be back on the reel. Anyway, so I'm gonna zero out the line counter because this is all the braid that I'm gonna have to charge him with and stuff. So here we go. Oh, and one more question I need to know. Uh,
I'll be right back.
all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get going on this. But yes, we are doing 130-pound tight line hollow core. Whoa, what was that? Oh, the tape, the tape from the label. I was like, hey, hold on. All right, here we go. Yes, 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 yes. Now I'm excited. Now I'm excited. This is finally only 3 hours in or whatever. All right, let's see. Come on. Um, there we go. Yep. 95%. Okay. So he doesn't want it completely filled in, but he wants some room for error, which is good. Got you. There's looking nice. I'm oh man, you'll have no idea how relieved I feel now that I've gotten to this point. I was really thinking that that other portion when that braid went like that, that it was going to take me a couple of hours just to get through that. But we're getting it done. So well, even if you don't catch a nice shark, Malcolm, when you run it out and have to pull it in, low cranking that surfway from that distance will also help you tighten it. I actually pulled up or an 82 Rex, and at the shop here, I got 2,650 yards. We bombed it out like I want to say 1,800 yards, 2,000 yards. Like we dumped it full, then I rolled it back in, and I had space, so I ended up putting in another 100 yards of line on top. So that one got 2,750 yards. Yep, I've been there.
Hey guys, we got like 24 people on right now. Let's get some hearts. Let's get some party stuff going.
Yeah,
Let's
there you
improve the
go.
algorithm. Let's go.
Mm-mm-mm.
Same
Definitely.
real. You finally passed the nonsense. Oh my god, bro. You are a blessing. You really are. I don't know where you got your patience from, but whoever taught you that patience, send them my way, man.
I'm gonna tell
Woo,
you where I got my patience from, brother. Fishing on
woo.
Bob Ball Pier. Because I ran baits on Friday and didn't get picked up till Sunday.
And you know what's crazy, bro? Because I've been on that same pier with you, and it was terrible. And what I told you, I said, man, we was there. A storm hit us. A storm hit us. It was terrible. We got rained out. It was bad. We didn't catch nothing, and everybody was leaving. I told Albert, I was like, hey, bro, you want to hang out? Like, I'll take you home. We'll figure it out. He's like, yeah, let's do it, bro. I can tell you that next day it was on fire. Kings, sharks, everything. We have the videos and the pictures to prove it. It happened. We made it happen, man. Oh man, good times, great times. And
All right,
that's the
I'm gonna
thing. That's the thing. When you guys are out there fishing, you're just one cast away. And that's the
literally.
thing. It's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. I was fishing with the wife when I first took her shark fishing when she was a girlfriend. We did good. You know, we caught small sharks. We caught drum. We caught small stuff. We packed up. We're getting ready to leave. A little bonnet head washed up ashore, and I grabbed it. She took some pictures with it, and I threw it back. And she was like, What do you think about that? Should we keep fishing?" I was like, "Yeah, we definitely should have kept fishing, but we done packed up. It's time to go." I was like, "Something chased these bonnets, these small sharks, up to shore that shallow, and we missed it by a day, by one day. Had we
Yeah.
stayed one more day, bro, I telling you, I felt it, bro. It was gonna happen. We was gonna hook up really good, really great, but it was time. We had to go. Yeah,
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so I'm kind of waiting for his response because I don't want to cut it until he lets me know. But he said about 95% full. I think this is on the low end, but I'd rather him know because he's also too in tune with his ability, and he's asking for room for error. I just don't know if this is how much room he wants or less.
you put
So
top shot on.
no, it's all 130. That's
Oh
all we're
yeah,
using.
is he gonna fish for some top shot?
No, no, we don't use Top Shot down here, boss.
Oh shit, my bad. I'm a little old school.
Yep. No, I know. Yeah,
Straight
we
braid?
yeah, 130 because it don't sit on the bottom, so we don't have to worry about the sandbars anymore. Okay, he said confirmed good, so there we go.
I would say, well, fill it up.
Yeah, yeah, but again, too, like
Fill it up till a fat lady sings.
now I just gotta find my needles because I was using them over here trying to splice this line and getting there. Yeah, no, and even then, like right now, I was telling him it's been so long with this reel, he don't even remember if it even had solid on there. So, which is like I said, which is fine. It was partly my fault. I should have used a bigger spool, but I'm kind of glad it did because at least now we know for sure, without a doubt. I mean, I think I would have found those knots and we would have discovered it at that point because then I would have tried to do that. But I guess I just had to learn the hard way. So
Really, hard life is learning the hard way.
yeah.
Nothing but love, brother. Nothing but love, brother.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying, bro, you got a special type of God given patience, man. Because I would have called a customer up from the beginning and said, "We cannot salvage this crap. Not gonna do it. Not gonna put my name on it. You need to buy a line, bro." I was actually getting this close to being so frustrated to be like, "Do you have the line? Do you have the line? Yes. How much is the line? Okay, I'll just spool it up. I'll just do it. God damn it, bro! I was oh my god." And no disrespect to whoever owns that reel. I have no. Albert knows
well,
who you are. I don't. I don't. I have no
well,
idea.
he's a
You know that's
veteran and would have really liked that because I got to do his other reel, but he's doing payments right now to cover them both. So, but yeah, definitely he would have really liked that.
this close. This close.
Yeah, just slipped off uh my stepping over here.
I'll grab a drink real quick. I'll be right back. I gotta fuel up, man. Sharkotic runs on fumes.
I don't know how the hell I missed that step. That could have been very bad. Oh, and then this one, I think now that I'm seeing this braid for the second time, I think I'm going to take off that top layer just because I don't know if it's like sanded down or if that's actually just dried braid. But even if I were to wet it, I don't know. I don't like the way it looks. Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not good line because you can see all the frayage on there. Let me see if
Have you
my
figured out what line you think it would be though?
which one?
The color line that was solid. You have an
Oh,
opinion on what that may be?
uh,
I've
not right now. I'll probably think about it tomorrow. But it was a metered line. Um, but I don't know. Let's see if my see
some
if
of the
this
more
will.
colored line that changed like every 10 yards or something like that wasn't like the best quality, but the color was good, but it
All
wasn't
right.
the best line.
Okay, guys. So can y'all see that? Yeah. No. This line is it's sanded. It's like see it's all frayed up on the outer edges. Can you see all that? Yeah. No, that's beat up. That's too beat up. So I'm not gonna put brand new braid over this for him to hit this weak spot. Instead of having 130 pound test, it's 80 pound test. You know what I mean, or something. Yeah, that's completely destroyed. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that out or strip that and then add more. You know, as I know he travels hours to get to us, and for it to be like that, that's not good. At first, I thought it was just sand, like dried up salt on the line, but it's not. So,
It's just the grit on how terrible the line is.
mhm.
Bro, I've dealt with so many different lines in the past, and it's crazy. Like I got a spool. So the reason why I ask, I have a spool in my garage that's multicolored like that. Nobody knows where it's from. But I have that spooled. I down spooled it, but I was the person. I was like, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm taking all this crap off because you don't even know where it came from, what it is. I'm taking
Mhm.
it all off. You want me to spool it? I'm spooling it from scratch. You're not going to break off and blame Sharkotic for your break off. That's not going to happen. So I do have colors like that. I have it in my garage. Nobody knows who owns it.
So here's the prime example, guys, and I'm going to show this to y'all real quick. People tell me, "Well, how do you know when the braid is bad?" I always tell them when you get a lot of discoloration. Okay, so here's proof. See how much newer that line looks? Like it's real shiny. That's what you're looking for. It's real faded like that. That's when you got to kind of get rid of it. But you got,
Inconsistencies.
yes, that's what you're looking for.
If you're
That bright,
proud of your
sharp red.
product, you're trying to be consistent.
Hmm.
When you have inconsistencies, that's a big red flag. Remember, you shark fish a lot. I have, Albert has, we shark fish a lot. It only really matters when we hook up to that one fish, that dream fish, right?
Hmm.
That dream fish we hook up onto, we're hooking up to that dream fish with this line that we don't even know the brand. And we're trying to cheap out. And that's fine if you fish a lot, but it's not fine when you hook up to that dream fish because you're going to lose that dream fish when it comes down to it. If you're shark fishing, I'm not saying you need to be rich. I'm not saying you need to have a shit ton of money pumped into your gear, but there's certain things you should not skip out on. I would rather have a crappier reel but have better line to bring a trophy fish in. I feel like the line would be the weakest link.
All
Of
right.
course, leaders and all that too, but your line first. Like if you got terrible line, your leaders could be perfect, your reel could be perfect, but your line is terrible, it ain't gonna happen.
There you go, guys. So that's all the beat up line right there. There's the good line. So, yep. Yeah, no, we were doing the scope. I'll do it again. Let me put my third hand up here to help me. Too bad this hand couldn't help me with the braid earlier. But yeah. All right. So I'm gonna grab a strand, take it under there.
Oh, you actually have the thing. I've seen those. Okay.
Yeah. So now let me.
Close the door.
There you go. You can see how beat up the braid is right there. There you go. It is bad. And that was just a section that I grabbed. You know what I mean? So let me grab a blue. Here's the red. There's the blue. Just as bad. Look at that. It is horrible, horrible, horrible. So yeah, it's time to replace it. Especially now too. Raj is hitting on a
Hey,
very important
close the door.
subject because back in the day we didn't have a ton of big sharks in the water. So it was. I mean, I fished for five. It was probably about 5 years. No, 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 no. 2009 is when I hit my first 9 footer. I fished from 2002 to 2009 before I broke 9 foot. And after that, then it was like 11 months later, and then 10 months later, and then 9 months later. And then soon it was like every weekend I went out there, I was hitting 8 to 10 footers, like 2 or 3 a weekend. So it was definitely.
If you're a car guy, it's very simple. It's like, your reel is your engine, but your line is your transmission. You're not gonna win unless they're going hand in hand. You know, you're spending a lot of money to shark fish already. I can tell you, as a shark fisherman, I've been a hobbyist. If you follow my YouTube, you'll see Sharkotic is involved with a lot of random different things. I can tell you, shark fishing is very expensive. If you can shark fish successfully, you're rich, in my opinion. You got money to spend. The thing is with that is understanding the people that are actually catching the big sharks, the people that are hitting it big, they're understanding that gear is very, very important. Reels can take you so far. Your line will take you even further. After that, your leaders will take you the little bit of the way next, and then good bait will finish it. It's an entire blend that has to marry together. And once you marry that blend together successfully, your hookup ratio improves. Once you have the good reels, once you have the good line, once you have the good rods, once you have the good leaders, once you have the good baits, and once you learn how to read a beach, once you learn how to ride down the beach. And there's some things I don't really talk about with a lot of people. When you're driving down beach, you can read the beach very simply. You can watch different cuts, different curves, this and that, right? Okay, here's another good kicker. You can watch the slope of how the surface hitting the beach. And now you can see where the surf is hitting the beach very shallow, and then there's certain areas where you can see that it's like a little bit of a drop off there. That means there's cuts. There's cuts. So if there's cuts in that setup nearby, okay, that's your highway for bait. That's your highway for reds and trout and everything else, right? That information I'm giving you, that's good for catching food. But also, sharks follow those trends. They follow those highways. Exactly where they say a rip current is. Exactly where you find a rip current. Don't swim there. Fish there. That's your highway. But that's just one aspect of it. You have to already have. You could have read the beach perfectly and be set up perfectly, but you got terrible gear, terrible reels, terrible rods, terrible baits, this and that. And you could be in the right position to catch the biggest sharks out there. Ain't gonna happen for you. It all marries in together like a marriage. Everything comes together. And of course, there's anomalies. There's going to be somebody that catches something on a garbage bait, somebody that catches something on a rod that they caught from Academy. All that's possible. Yes, 100%. But your ratio, if you were to study yourself for the entire year, your hookup ratio will be so less. with that mindset. If you want to shark fish and you want to be successful in shark fishing, you need to really focus on the simplicity of what shark fishing is. Good rods, good reels, good line, good bait, good positions, good timing, all of that comes together. If you want to sacrifice something on a budget, you can still catch a shark. 100%, you can. But your hookup ratio for the year will be lower than somebody else listening to what I'm saying and doing exactly what I'm saying. They will be hooking up more, lining up everything, lining up everything. And don't get me wrong, I've hooked up on big sharks with crappy gear. When I started shark fishing, I had to mod my pens for casting. I had to put magnets in them for them to cast correctly. It's only when I met this guy here, Albert, taught me something and started working with him. It improved my hookup ratio. And as I sit here as Sharkotic, Albert can vouch for it. I'm not a dude just saying what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying, right? I have won Shark Fest. I have won tournaments. I have. My team has won. We have won. My team has won Sharkathon, and we got those awards. American Angler Shark Research and his son. We had two people back to back did win, and off of the teachings that I learned from Albert and shared teachings, So I gave a lot of time explaining, but I'm the reason why I'm explaining it is because I'm on the proper channel. If I was on somebody else's channel, I wouldn't explain so much, but you're on this channel. I want you guys to improve your hookup ratio. And there's a lot of faults. And everything that you do, you need to first understand that there's faults. Why other people are hooking up and why you're not hooking up. There's faults. And try to understand those faults and learn and grow beyond those faults will improve your ability to catch bigger and better sharks.
More
It's
consistently.
consistently. That's the biggest thing. Consistently, bro. Bro, I can tell you right now, I can put somebody down in Surfside for a bull shark, and just randomly, I'll be like, here, I'll spend, I'll give them a rod and reel, and just set them up, a little $1,000 setup. I'll be like, you're gonna hook up on a bull shark, no problem. It'll happen, but you're gonna beat other people fishing for bulls doing this consistently. It's not, you're not going to beat them. You'll hook up, but you're not going to beat their consistency. And that's the thing. How serious are you? Shark fishing is a passion.
No,
It's a hard thing. It's not easy. No
there
one
we go, guys.
chooses
Right, hold on.
fishing.
There we
Oh,
go.
sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
500 yards top shot of 130 on the Patriot 80 after I went ahead and stripped it down and got the line where it needed to go. But as you see, guys, having that, the microscope further just solidifies the amount of knowledge that I'm sharing with you on the spooling. Like, I'm seeing things because I've been through it so many times before, and I've made a ton of mistakes. A lot of them, Raj is hitting on, like the type of gear that I use, the type of line that I use, the type that I didn't use or I was supposed to, and but again, too, we didn't have a lot of people that time willing to sit there and say, "Hey, man, this is what you need. This is how you got to do it. This is what you need to look for." Like all of us, there was some great fishermen, what we considered great at that time, because again, like him, they had enough time on the sand, they had enough time in this, but everything from 15 years ago to now has changed. The
Oh,
whole,
yeah.
it has
No, 100%, bro. And
revolutionized.
I'll tell you something. Hopefully, it doesn't make you mad, but, there was a time when I was on the Texas Shark Fishing Forum, and they had the joke where you soak your baits in Kool-Aid, red Kool-Aid. And it was a joke, though. It was a joke. It was a complete joke
Mm.
that ran too long because people actually started soaking baits in Kool-Aid. What started as a joke People took it too far, and they were actually soaking baits in red Kool-Aid. I'm telling you guys, 15, 20 years ago, I am not some dude sitting here. I've caught sharks. I've done my thing. I'm not sitting here, as a person that's never caught a shark, that's never been in this industry. I love this industry and everything, and there's jokes and there's things that happen. But yes, there was a time, and I was part of the joke too. And I was the one that shut it down. I deleted the stuff from back in the days, because I was the moderator when it first showed up. When I became a moderator on forums, because we didn't have Facebook and YouTube and MySpace back then, we were on forums, right? So I shut it down. But when I shut it down, so many people spent so many time soaking baits and red Kool-Aid, thinking it's going to create a bigger hookup ratio for them, and it was just a joke. So that's the thing. Like, going forward, like, the reason why I work with Albert too is I want people to actually have a good hookup ratio. It's not about jokes anymore. It's about fulfilling dreams, fulfilling passions. We can't do that just on jokes. We need to be able to give people information. I've seen that. The head of game warden for the state of Texas, I put his son on a shark for the first time. I put him on his first shark. So I've been there, I've done that, and I've seen what that's like. I know what that's like, and I even got in trouble with game warden. But going forward, it's not about jokes. It's not about selling just because. The reason why I work with Albert is because what we talk about, what we're doing, is to improve hookup ratios. We want you guys to hook up on them big sharks. Send the videos in. Actually, I have a few songs coming up. I would love if you guys have good. What I would like, pictures of your racks. Oh, I said that bad. Oh my god, your fishing racks. Okay, and you guys fishing, and if you catch sharks, that's cool. But it's not about that. I want to showcase Texas on the song coming up, but I want to show us fishing, not catching, just fishing. Albert's out here trying to show off his rods. I can only say as much as I can say. I'm here with Albert for a reason. This guy is the guy. Like, um, if it was somebody else, I would be there. I would be there. So if you guys got questions, you guys got concerns, you guys really ask it. We want to answer questions. We want you guys to actually catch. We're not here for jokes. We're not going to tell you to suck your baits in red Kool-Aid. Okay? It's not cheap. I'm telling you guys. I joke with the wife. Albert's been in my garage. I tell the wife all the time, my garage is probably like $25,000, $30,000 in gear and tackle and rods and reels. It's expensive. It's not cheap to consistently catch sharks. Of course, you get lucky. Oh, of course. I could take somebody out. I've been there, and I got the dude. I call him. His nickname is Squinks. He literally sitting there right next to my rack. Right, we're in S.P.I.D, right? He goes, "Hey, Raj, what do you think? We're in fishing for hours, right?" He goes, "What do you think our chances of hooking up to a shark?" Albert knows Squinks. He's standing right there. As soon as he asked that question, that rod went off. I was like, right now, bro. Hooked up, caught him his biggest shark he ever caught in his life. But he was right there to the hour, to the minute, to the second, doubting if we're going to catch something. And maybe we wouldn't. But, bro, I'll tell you, Squinks was there. Orlando, Albert met him, was there. And he will vouch for it. I was sitting there in my chair. He was right there by my rods and reels. He was like, "Hey, Raj, what do you think our chances of hooking up on a shark?" And bro, it's almost like a heartbeat without skipping a beat. As soon as he stood there and said that right next to the exact rod that went off, it went off, and I was like, "Now, bro, time is now."
Ooh.
He hooked up on his biggest shark he ever caught in his life, doubting, ready to go. That's shark fishing, bro. That's shark fishing.
So real quick to answer Zach's deal on that, those were actually Team Hardlife rods that were built here. One is an Iron Man, and the other one is uh, it's one of those Chinese cartoons. I forget who it is. The ones that they get mad and they get all flamed out and stuff like that. I don't know all the names of them, but that's one. The other one. He's actually got a Patriot rod as well too. Um, but yeah, it's an 81 30 pound solid glass rod. It's 7.5 foot total length with a unibut on there. So like yeah, the Dragon Ball Z. So um,
Dude, I'm a Dragon Ball Z nerd, man. I'm sorry to admit it, man. I'm
but
a Dragon Ball Z nerd.
all right, guys. So real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and do and see where we're at on the fire drawing. Add it up real quick. Like I said, I wanted to hold the drawing with reels here. That's my goal for this. They were supposed to be here today. From what I understand, they didn't ship out yesterday or what was it, Tuesday? They were supposed to be here today. They were getting the boxes together or whatever because I got 3 boxes on the first shipment coming in. So when they ship the boxes, they're probably 3 foot across. You see those big boxes? I'm getting 3 of those for the first shipment. I want them here for when we do this drawing so I can have them finished. Like I said, this is supposed to be a fundraiser. I'm trying to get as much money as I can. So that was my whole intent when I started this. The reels got to be here so I can do it so you see what y'all getting into, and this may instigate some more people to want to buy. But this is a lot of money to invest into it to make it happen. But I'm going to go and give you all a total of where we're at. The reels did not come in today. I was hoping they came in. I mean, by chance, maybe a fluke. Sometimes it's happened. Like a couple of the boxes, they were shipped normally and they came in the next day. I was like, how is that? And he goes, they shipped it overnight. We didn't get charged for it. You didn't get charged for it. And I'm like, I'll take it. Like,
Been there, done that. It's terrible.
well,
Terrible.
no, it's not terrible when you get it the next day and you didn't pay for it. So,
Oh, this is
but
terrible when you get it the next week. I've been there.
oh yeah, no, we've
They
had
made
customers.
promises because they told you it's gonna be there and it didn't show up. And now you
Yeah,
look like the bad guy.
but not really. We know it's here, but I just want everybody to know too why I'm not going to do the drawing tonight because, like I said, I want the reels here because that's what it's like this. I want to have them in front of me, kind of deal. But again, too, this will give us an opportunity too to get more people involved in this and get a few more days. Maybe we'll get it. Hey, if it rolls in tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. But if they roll in Monday, then I'll do it Monday. Tuesday or Monday night, I will be leaving Corpus to go to Houston. So, meeting with Fishing Tackle Unlimited. Talked to Joe this morning. They're ready for me. I've got a ton of gear. I finally got to cross that barcode barrier deal. Like, this is going to be a weight off my shoulders. But again, too, I'm not going to get paid for this for over a month. So it's going to be that process. Oh, can you send me that paperwork you were talking about that?
Remind me, bro. My bad.
Yeah, I'll shoot you
I
another
got
text
you.
tomorrow or
Monday, I
or
got you.
Monday. I'll do it Monday, so that way I can get that. But let's go and add this up real quick. Started at 1170 over here plus 120, 180 plus 60 plus 60, 100, 20, 40. 5. Make sure that's a 5. Oh, crap. That threw me off. 180. Got them.
But
And
that's the thing with Albert, man. Like you guys probably don't know, but I'll tell you. Albert and I, we work as a business, so he sends me a bill. But hey, Albert, I pay you 100%, right?
Yes, sir. For 20, 40, 60,
You
81.
see Sharkotic hanging out. When we say what we saying, what we say, what we're gonna do, we pay out 100%. We don't uh bullshit nobody.
All right, guys. So right now we're at a total of $2,010. That is the total so far. So we're on the way. We're getting that number where we need it to be, guys. Definitely. Well, I was having somebody that were talking about that they wanted to donate a custom rod to this on top of the 80 Abbott. So if he contacts me, well then it'll be a good to go. I mean, we'll add it in there, and if it doesn't, then uh, like he came on several times saying, "Hey, he wanted to do it. He wanted to do it." I said, "Well, call the shop, call the shop." So let's see if he
So
does.
I
And
do, even for you too, Albert. I haven't dropped the Sharkotic fishing song. You know, so I want videos from you guys. I got some videos, but the response wasn't actually as good as I thought it would be.
well,
Um,
what also
I'm
kind of
asking for videos. I have a video.
what
If I produce it, I guarantee you 10,000 plus views. And if I
well
can't do 10,000 plus views on the video I'm producing, well, shit. I'll promise you, if I can't do it, if we produce that song, okay, look, check this out. Check this out. Let's do it like this. Okay, so I want videos from the Texas coast of shark fishing, not from Corpus and Galveston and Sao Padre. I want the entire Texas coast. I want videos from everybody. I want to create a video that's a, um, something that's going to encompass to show the world our Texas coast. Okay, and I
now,
guarantee you, if you guys send me those videos, I guarantee you, give me 1 month. In 1 month, you will have over 10,000 views. I'll promise you. And if I can't get 10,000 views, I'll donate $1,000 then. If you guys send me the videos and I create that music video, okay, I will personally, if I can't in 1 month get over 10,000 views on that, I will for sure donate $1,000. I'll let Albert call it then.
Roger that.
So you
So
guys help me out. I need the videos. If you guys don't send me the videos, I'm gonna produce it on my own because I already have content.
we
But
were we were
that's
actually
not the
going to
point.
do videos this weekend, but the whole first day, actually, was it the first day or day and a half? We didn't have a tripod. So when we finally got the tripod, we missed a lot of the action. But again, too, it was so like it was windy, and then we were all fighting with the seaweed and stuff like that. But I did get some great video of Robert
So
going out on the
terrible
kayak.
right now.
I got uh, Brandon. I also got Brandon on the kayak. I got Uber on the kayak as well. John was helping out with controlling the camera when we finally got the tripod. We're reeling and stuff, but that still is not everybody. So we could send a little bit of it. We still need Roger out there, and then Carl too, and John and his wife and the kids, and you know, we want to kind of get everybody at least a portion of that on there, and not just reeling and kayaking. We want some fish in hand kind of deal. So it's going to take a little bit. We're going to get to another fishing
No,
trip
I
here,
know we're good.
do it. So, but again,
Let's
guys, I'm going to
make
have to
sure
call.
you guys. I know you
I'm gonna
gotta
have
go,
to call.
Albert. I know you gotta go. You
My
guys
back
make
is
sure
killing me right
I
now.
posted it. You guys help me with the music stuff. You guys help me with the video stuff. Like everything that Sharkotic does, you guys help us grow and be bigger and be better. We're giving it back. Albert knows me. He knows I'm not a greedy person. Our company is not a greedy person. Sharkotic has just been giving back for years and years and years. I can definitely tell you in ease, Albert, right there, easily 100K in the past 15 years, at least 100K Sharkotic has produced giving back and support to our community. At least 100K in this past years.
Yeah.
So
All
we want
right.
to continue it and go forward. So you guys support us, we support you guys. We go back and forth, make it bigger and better. And next year is going to be better, and the year after that is going to be better. We're not going to stop, but we have to, show the support and make it happen that way. So
All right. I am, like I said, I do got to call it, guys.
I know,
I'm tired.
I know, brother. I'll
That
see you later,
real,
man.
it tested me.
I'm
It
just gonna do
tested
my
me.
spiel to make sure we're better every time, brother.
I do
So
that. Again, guys, you have a good night. If the reels come in, we'll do the drawing tomorrow. If it doesn't, then we'll do it on Monday. But like I said, all the way up until the reels get here, we'll keep doing it. We'll keep doing it because, like I said, if the more money I can raise on this, it's just going to open so many doors for us here at the shop. And this is kind of my way of saying thank you. So again, guys, you all have a good night. Stay blessed. Sharkotic, you and the Sharkotic household, brother, thank you very much, man. You all have a blessed night. And I'll talk to you later, bro.
enjoy the weekend. Later.
Later.